What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your weekend astrology forecast for the weekend of November 6th and the 7th of 2021. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Truly appreciate you for being here. I hope you had a great week. Hope you're feeling pretty good coming into this weekend. We are going to see a moon in Sagittarius, definitely lightening the load and having us look into the distance, believe in our emotions, believe in how we're feeling. I think that, we're on a journey here. We're on a quest, and this can kind of show where intuitive knowing through your intuition, your higher knowing, your right brain. It's a very right brain time. It's a very intuitive time. And I think this weekend can kind of open things up where maybe things have been feeling a little dark, a little intense, coming off some really strong energy. This weekend can kind of show look at this adventure we're on. This isn't so bad. We're seeing a really strong yod to the North Node with Venus now in Capricorn and Mercury in Scorpio. So I think this is having us really use that deeper emotional knowing about how we can build for the future and be curious about it and make the pivots, make the changes in our environment to get there. So it seems like a very destined weekend of being positive in the change, looking over the horizon, feeling where we can make things grow in our life and where we kind of need to come back into what's close and what's small to get the ball rolling for things. I think Venus in Capricorn is all right, going to be here for a while. Let's use our ambition, use our dedication to manifest, to bring in relationships that are going to feel good, to do what we know over time is going to give the best investment payout for the investment, if you will. And even with the Scorpio energy and having Cap energy, Scorpio energy, it really is the power moves, the power investments here for the greatest mergers, the greatest connections, the deeper knowing, the treasure of life. And the moon in Sagittarius is yeah, it's out there. Let's go find it. And even with the moon being there, the south node being there, it's we don't want to be dogmatic about life right now. I think we want to keep the curiosity, use our intuitive knowing, but when new information shows up, let's go look at it. Let's go see if that's part of the build here. Let's go see if that's going to bring in what's going to feel good in life. And the sun, of course, on Saturday will be at 14 degrees of Scorpio. So this is definitely a penetrating time. I feel like this 14th degree is very mental. So it's right brain. It's not only mental, but it's intuitive. And a moon in Sag is I know where the curiosity and the excitement's at, and I know how to build for it. And even the moon and Mercury making good aspects are yeah, let's go build it. And even that moon in Sag, it's going to, on Saturday, sextile over to Saturn. Yeah, let's get the ball rolling for the adventure. Let's use our ambition here. I think that this can be a very ambitious weekend where it could have felt wow, there was a lot of intense energy, but maybe it felt good, or maybe you're ready to feel good, and it's let's go get the ball rolling for these connections and this expansion that can come into our life, and how to metamorphosize and transform reality right now. So I do think that there's a lot of positivity. On Sunday, we're going to see that moon make its square over to Neptune in the morning in Pisces, and I like this square. It's definitely high sensitivity, but man, is it tapped in. I mean, talk about channeling where the adventure is going to go, where God, even with a yod that we've had for Friday and Saturday, and then coming into a moon square Neptune, it's God is trying to expand your consciousness, so much about your reality and your personal life, and the square's kind of an action point. So there's this action for the intuitive knowing and the opening up of what's going to bring the happiness and sort of the jovial life that maybe we're all kind of searching for, but it's really hard to find. It's more going into your consciousness, going into your unbound wisdom and making it happen. And even the sextile to Saturn on Saturday is you can do these changes, you can make these pivots, you can have amazing avenues open up in your life, but you have to be mentally strong, it has to be deep, it has to be getting into the deepest desires. And of course, Mars in Scorpio is pressing on this square to Saturn, and it's going to be exact on Monday, the 8th. So it's okay, there's blocks up in life, but are those even the deep passions? Are those even is that really what I want to put all my gusto into right now? And I think these are the questions that we want to get into, the deeper why. And it's not about maybe just the surface of things, but I mean, this is getting back to like your fixed emotion. Like, how do you really feel about the matter? Where's that intensity, that drive and ambition at to bring these aspects into our life? And Sunday evening, you know, go check out the moon and Venus. It's going to be beautiful. They're going to be tight coming into Capricorn. Venus will be there, the moon will be coming in right behind it, and it's always beautiful when you see that waxing crescent moon with Venus. And of course, it's going to get really close to that. It'll be late Sunday evening, Monday morning, and the moon's also going to square, it's actually going to sextile over to Jupiter right before that. So it's like, okay, like a square over to Neptune, a sextile to Jupiter. There are definitely avenues that can be expanded, but I think we really want to be curious. And that's the greatest thing right now with the South Node in Sag and Jupiter being the dispositor. Like, we've experimented on so many things, and Jupiter even coming to 23 degrees is going to feel like a shift. Jupiter's been at 22 for a long time as it's stationed direct there, and Big Jupe's finally getting some momentum. So I think we've experimented with where our future can go. Like, we've kind of been here before, and now it's like, okay, let's go expand with the experiments we've done. Let's be curious about what we can still make happen, what we can still bring to life, and how can we expand our feeling of abundance to bring it in, and to kind of like channel that positivity is so crucial in this time. And I think even finishing out the day with Venus, so, you know, a sextile to Jupiter and then a conjunction with Venus, the moon on Sunday will make some pretty good aspects to the benefic planets. And it's definitely showing where we want to get busy to bring in what feels good, what the greatest, you know, connections are, what the greatest attraction, and how to, you know, really attract in what we want with this Scorpio energy. It's like, yeah, we got to trust in our vision. We got to trust in our channel. It's very important right now. It's going to be, we just have to be curious for that. And there's something about just like with a yod to the North Node with Venus and Mercury, like that's very curious energy of how to bring in what's going to make you feel the best. And you want to do those things. You know, we can get a little dogmatic with Sagittarius energy, like, no, I believe this is the only way. And it might be, but it's like if information shows up or something happens, like, you know, especially with Scorpio season right now, like anything can happen at any time, you know, for the transformation. It's like, how willing are you to go through the transformation this weekend? And even on Sunday with the sun coming to 15 degrees, that's going to be a very Venusian relating degree. So it's like, wow, we can really be relating to the environments and the ambitions, the goals, and what we're building for towards the future if we're willing to get really deep and direct with Mars square Saturn about like, almost like pouring the cement. I've been talking about the glue, but it's almost like, let's pour the cement right now. As we're also starting to see Venus and Mars come into a loose sextile this weekend. So it's like, there's like, and even Mercury getting close to Mars. There's something about this Mars in Scorpio that's giving us all the courage to penetrate as deeply as we want to go. But I think we have to be willing to go deep and kind of like just open everything. Open up, you know, be curious, be excited, be like just willing to experience. That way when you get to the experience, you can make the call, you can make the decision, you'll know in your gut if it's going to be it. And if it's going to bring in the beauty that you're looking for, and if it's going to bring in the relationships, because we kind of have to like start planning about like these good things that we want to have. I think we want to start planning for money aspects here with Venus in Capricorn. Like, pay attention to like what the future looks like. Venus is going to be in Capricorn until March, so it's a long time. So definitely sending you all my best. I like this weekend. Definitely check out the moon and Venus. I think with a yod and squares to Neptune, like there's a very high vibration that's trying to come through, but we still have to be curious with that yod to the North Node and even Mercury here. Like, let's investigate. Like, we got to kind of put on our Sherlock Holmes hat here and like, or get our magnifying glass out and be like, yeah, this is it, but what's over here? You know, instead of just being like, this is the only way. That's good if that's what's making you really happy. But if like there's doubt or unsurety or mental just weighing out of things, like, no. Get to the root of anything in life right now that you don't desire so that you can get into fully what the greatest desire is. And that can bring a lot of balance in by the end of Sunday and get the ball rolling for how we can really create something. And I feel like there can be blocks with Mars square Saturn, but these blocks are very important. They're trying to teach us something about our ego. And are we pushing for the greatest, deepest thing or connection or aspect of our future? Or are we just kind of doing the same old thing over and over again when it's like, we got to be inventing, reinventing, figuring out our physical world. That's what this lunation is going to be about, is shocking moments in life that have us reevaluate and use our genius here to get forward, to go higher, to go farther. And I think that, you know, there's aspects that could be showing up that way, but hey, I think it's really about your mindset this weekend, and can you keep positive feelings and a mindset for the future and do the things and investigate what's going to bring you the best? Or are we kind of going to stay in like I don't want to see what's out there. I don't want to go and get the best right now. And maybe we're comfortable, maybe we're not, but I have a feeling the Scorpio season is going to force uncomfortable situations if we don't just do what we already know deep within and we've already kind of recalculated and figured out. And like, do we really want to like not grow and expand and you know, alchemize our world right now? And I feel like we have the astrology is saying we have such a beautiful opportunity to do so. So I do wish the best for everybody, and that whatever it is in life, you're willing to expand your horizons this weekend and start by Sunday evening, like really pouring the cement for what's going to bring you the most happiness and the future and the long term that meets with your deepest desires, passions, goals. Wow, we got the Sun card reversed. Dang. Sun reverse. I don't know. I guess it's not like a super childlike energy this weekend. Like maybe we want it to be, but it's still like serious energy. And I mean, what's dimming our light in life? Are we really passionate about it? Are we stoked this weekend? I think we're going to be looking for happiness. And maybe that's what this is, like a weekend of a great quest for happiness and sort of childlike energy and just kind of going bareback into the universe to open up doors or let doors close as we are transforming and revolutionizing our reality. I think that we can definitely find that this weekend. It's just a matter of like, are we willing to pivot to get that? Why did we get that card? Wow, 2 major arcana in a row. The High Priestess upright. That's the thing, is this weekend is definitely an intuitive weekend. There's going to be 2 sides to everything, so you want to trust your gut, and I think that you want to like, I don't think it's a time to really weigh things out mentally. Like it's a time to really tap in and move towards your desires here, and like I think duality could be we could definitely see a good split in duality here. So it's going to be like, yeah, there's positive, but there's always going to be negative on the other side. There's negative, there's positive. Where do we want to put our emotional energy, and what quest are we going on? What adventure of life do we want to go on this weekend? Is it going to be positive or negative? Is it going to be, you know, not looking for happiness and a joyful life, or is it going to be looking for the happiness and a joyful life? And the overall is the 4 of Wands in reverse. You know, I think that the greatest celebration of our hearts is out there on this quest. We have to choose it though, and you know deep within what that avenue is going to be. And it's like, hey, let's go. Like I think we all have little things that we can pivot on to get more of what we want. And this is like a weekend where if we believe that we can make those moves without being too stubborn in maybe the way that we're fixated on or holding on to, like we can really make some great metamorphosis in reality for ourselves, our relationships, our bonds, money, jobs, so much about the future. I feel like the doors are wide open, and hey, be curious, follow your gut. It knows. The mind may or may not know. It's negotiated and weighed out a lot after that retrograde in Libra, but it's deep now. It's not just the superficial oh, that's pretty. I think that balances my life out. Like, no, it's like, where is the best to give me the celebration I want, to give me the abundance, to give me the happiness that I desire and want, that I'm going to start building for and planning for and making things happen for. I love you all very much. I hope you have a beautiful weekend. I will see you for the weekly tarot, the weekly astrology, and I'll see you next week. Take care, everybody. Much love. Peace.